you are not using AI to level up your trading, well then you are already falling behind. Most traders have no idea how important it is to collect data, and that is exactly where your edge is. I used to spend hours and hours every single month analyzing my trades, trying to figure out exactly what I was doing wrong and how I could improve. But then I discovered something very specific that now saves me hours every single month, and I have never improved faster than I do right now. My name is Malik, and this is Kraken Pro Session. Now in this episode, I'll show you exactly how to journal your trades, how to figure out what you're doing wrong, and we're going to do all of that using AI. So what data every trader should collect? Because collecting data ensures improvement. So right here, we are looking at my personal journal template that I have used for literal years. So the first thing I write down is the actual asset that I'm trading, right? That could be Ethereum, it could be Bitcoin, it could be whatever it is that you're trading. Then we want to write down the risk to reward ratio, the time of day, the day of week, the economic calendar, the setup type, the reason for the actual trade, the overall P&L, the emotions that went into this trade, a chart image, and then an overall assessment at the end. Now, why do I want to write down all of these specific things? Why do I write down what asset I'm trading and my risk to reward? Well, because then I understand what asset I actually profit from the most and what my ideal risk to reward ratio actually is. So a lot of people will use a 3 or 4 risk to reward ratio because they believe that a high risk to reward is simply the best way to trade. So writing this down lets me understand exactly where and what I profit the absolute most from. An economic calendar is insanely important. Do I win more in the AM or the PM session? So let's say that most of my winners are found within the AM session. Well, then I should probably avoid the PM session as a whole, but I would have never known that had I not written it down. And again, what day of the week am I the most profitable, or what day of the week do I tend to lose? So for example, I might lose a lot on Wednesdays. Well, I simply avoid trading on Wednesdays to maximize my performance. And what news events should I avoid? So for example, in this case, I wrote down CPI, and let's say I have, 20 examples of me losing on CPI day. Well, then I know moving forward that I should probably avoid CPI as a whole. Again, the more data you collect, the better. So the next, which setup makes me the most money? When do I win? When do I lose? Let's say that I lose whenever I try to scalp trade. Well, then I should probably avoid scalping. And if I win during a continuation trade, well, then I should probably continue down that route. And the reason for the trade is very important. I want to make it very clear. I have been very brief in my description here. You can write as much as you want here, and the more the better. So the reason for the trade is simple. What pattern repeats during winners and what pattern repeats during losers? Then we have the P&L. What's my ideal P&L for no emotion? And a lot of people get confused here. The ideal P&L is of course as high as it can go. But that's not really true, because the more risk I attach to each and every trade that I place, well, the more emotion is naturally involved. So you have to find your sweet spot. And the only way that you're going to figure out what that is if you write it down. What emotional patterns forms during losers and winners? So for example, if I tend to stress out a lot, or I can feel my heartbeat racing and such during a losing trade, well, then I now know that that is a pattern. And if that happens, well, then I'm probably in the wrong trade. And a chart image is important because it allows you to see what happened before you actually entered your trade. So let's say that I work with data that I wrote down years and years ago. I might not remember exactly what the market actually looked like, so having a screenshot to refer back to is, in my opinion, essential. Then of course we have the overall assessment at the end. Was it a trade that was worth taking? Did I follow my plan? And so on. Now, the trade template that I just gave you is the journal that I have used for the longest, but you can remove or add as much as you'd like. But I want to make this very clear. The more data that you collect and the more information you get, the faster you can improve. What we're going to do next is open up our preferred browser. Well, then you're simply going to write down Claude AI. So for this specifically, we don't want to use ChatGPT, Gemini, or Grok. And if you haven't been in here before, well, then you're probably going to have to create an account. Then we head down here where it says get apps and extensions, because we want to download Claude down to our desktop. So for me, because I'm using a MacBook, I click download for Mac OS. Then it looks something like this. We have 3 options. We have chat, which is what we're looking at here. Then we have Cowork and we have Code. Now, Cowork and Code are only available if you're using a paid plan, I believe. And I highly recommend that you upgrade to Pro, because the responses that you're going to get out of Pro compared to the free version is significantly different. But again, it is not necessary. What we're going to do now is head on over to Projects here on the left side of the screen, and then we are simply going to create a new one. Now, you can name this whatever you want. We now create the actual project. The reason why we want to use a project and not just a regular chat is because in a project, it remembers everything that you've taught it within that project. So if you're not using a project, well, then you have to explain to Claude what it has to do every single time that you open the application. But with a project, we have access to instructions, which is a crucial part. So in the instructions, we want to explain exactly what we want this project to do and the purpose behind it. But for that, we have to create a prompt. So in the top left corner, we click new chat, and then we're essentially gonna make Claude make a prompt for our new project. So we could, for example, say, hey, Claude, I am creating a project, and this project is supposed to help me understand my flaws. And it does so because I transfer all of my trait data to that project. And Claude's job is now to go through all of that data, highlight my flaws, and then create an entire report that tells me exactly what I need to improve upon, my mistakes, and the patterns that it recognizes. There we go. Now, again, you can write whatever it is that you want. And I always like to believe that AI is better at writing prompts for AI because nobody really understands how to talk to AI better than AI itself. Once it's done that, well, then it needs to create a report that I can download. So here's the actual prompt that we need. What's important is how detailed it actually is. So with prompts for AI, you want to be as detailed as humanly possible. So we want to wait for it to finish this entire prompt, and then we're going to copy it and paste it right into our project. We're now going to click this button here and copy that right to our clipboard. We're then going to go back into our projects, into our journaling software or tool, and then we're simply going to paste that entire prompt, then hit save instructions. Now Claude understands exactly what we needed to do. So all there's really left for us to do is to transfer all of our trait data into our project and let Claude analyze it. So I have written down about 30 hypothetical traits using the exact same template that I just gave you, and we are going to use those hypothetical traits to see exactly if our project works or not. This used to take me hours and hours per month, so hopefully we can now replace that entirely. So I'm going to say, hey, Claude, please analyze my data here. Point out my flaws, areas of improvement, and certain patterns. Then sum it up in a report that I can download. Here is my data. And then I'm going to paste all of that data into the actual chat here. And then I'm simply going to send this message. So now I have to create an entire report, but we can actually download this and store it in whatever database that we'd like. So right now it is analyzing all the data that I have given and creating a report that I can later review. So all we have to do now is wait for Claude to finish. Okay, the report is done. And as you guys can see, I can literally download this report so that I can save it with all of my other data. So let's go through this together. Performance report, and we have the date and everything else. So total trades that are reviewed, 30. The win rate is 63.3. The average risk reward is 1 to 2. The net P&L here was $3,940. The biggest winning trade was $600 on NAS 100. Now, again, I'm a crypto trader. These were all hypothetical trades. Biggest losing trade, negative $180 with a Bitcoin revenge trade on Thursday afternoon. So let's have a look at it. My number one flaw here was over trading after quota. So trades 12 and 29, both labeled overtrade, entered after already taken 2 to 3 trades that given day. Emotions lock tilted on both. No valid setup reason given, both resulted in losses. Flaw number 2, revenge trading, trade 19, Bitcoin Thursday afternoon. We have flaw number 3, early/impatient entries. I mean, all of this here is just beautiful and something that I would have never known had I not collected the data and let AI analyze it. Flaw number 4, Ethereum underperformance and counter trend bias. In other words, Ethereum is my worst performing asset. We don't have a consistent edge on it, and we are force fitting setups. And then I can tell myself that, okay, well, I probably shouldn't be trading Ethereum if that's where I lose the vast majority of my money. And we have boredom, trades in choppy/mid-range conditions. So trades 2, 17, and 24 all entered in range or with no clear structure. So what I should do moving forward is probably just shut off my system and not even trade at all if the market is choppy. And this is interesting, okay? Time-based patterns, the morning window, so from 9 a.m. to 10:30. We had 8 trades, 6 of those being winners, 2 of those being losers. This was my best time slot. Clean setups, calm emotions, and good execution. My worst time slot is after 10:30, so from 11 to 1:30 p.m. I had 9 trades, 3 winners, and 6 losers. This is where boredom trades, overtrading, and chop entries cluster. So I immediately know that I should avoid the midday trading. I should focus on the morning window, and if I want to trade more than that, well, then I can do it in the afternoon, because that was also strong performance with 10 winners and 3 losers. We can also see asset-specific patterns. What asset am I the most profitable on? Which one do I tend to lose on? And so I can adapt my trading according to all the information that I've just gotten out of AI right here. What we can do is optimize this according to our personal preference. If you don't like the way it looks, if you wanted to include certain things that it might not have included, well, then again, you can simply type it out here. For example, I don't like this in white. I want it in black instead. And so let's see what it does here. It should just give us a black report. Could you clarify what you mean by black? I want the background of the report to be black, text to be white. It should have finished the report with a black background and white text. I mean, have a look at that, right? So you can literally optimize this however it is that you want in just a few minutes. So that was exactly how you can pretty much replace any trading mentor when it comes to reviewing trades by simply using AI. What I want to do now is go a little deeper. For the guys that upgraded to the Pro plan, I want to show you exactly what you've just gotten access to, because you are not going to believe what I'm about to show you. You see, when you have a Pro plan, we have access to something called Code. And it looks like this. And no, you don't have to be an experienced coder, okay? So what you could do, for example, is head on over to Google and you can type in trade journal. And the reason why we do this is to give some sort of reference point to the AI so that it knows exactly what to create. It doesn't matter which one you choose, find something that you enjoy. Let's say that you really like the dashboard that we're looking at here. We're gonna copy this image here. Then you're going to go back into Claude Code and you are simply going to paste in that image, and then you're going to type out exactly what it is you wanted to create. Hey Claude, I want to build my own journaling software for my trade. So I am tired of paying all of these subscriptions for all these trading journaling software, so I want to create my own. What I need you to do is to create a journaling software where I can log all my trades, and I want you to do so using the image that I have attached as your main reference point. So what we have to do now with Claude Code is to create a folder on our desktop that it can store all of the code within. You can title this whatever you want. So now we've created the folder where Claude can actually store all of the code that it's going to write. So we are going straight back into Claude Code, and we are now going to select the folder that we have just created. And now Claude has somewhere to store all of that code. So what I'm going to do now is send the actual message. We're going to trust this workspace because it actually needs access to your computer in order to do this. So it might ask you questions like this. You can choose whichever one you want. I'm simply going to go with the recommended ones, and then it will simply continue working. Okay, Claude is finally done. Everything is working, and you can see everything that Claude has done here, and you are not going to believe what it created in less than 20 minutes. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This was with a singular prompt. We have a dashboard. We have a calendar where we can see exactly how much profit we made on each day of a given month. We have reports where we have a P&L graph. We literally can see absolutely everything in here. We have the total P&L, the win rate, the average P&L. We can see our trades in here in a long list. We have a trade journal in here. We can put in a new trade. We can do pretty much whatever we want. This was created with a singular prompt. So again, we literally created an entire journaling software with a prompt that was this big. Imagine what you can do if you just start optimizing according to your personal preferences. So ladies and gentlemen, in this episode, I showed you exactly how to journal your trades. I gave you my personal template, and I showed you exactly how to use AI to your advantage. Every single business that fails to incorporate AI is going to fall behind, and trading is no different. Now, in the next and final episode, I'm going to give you an overall framework based on everything that I've taught you throughout this entire module. My entire goal here, and the reason why Kraken created this course as a whole, is to ensure that we equip you with the maximum amount of confidence so that you can attack the markets more profitably when walking away from this course. And if you've enjoyed it so far, well then I would highly appreciate if you would throw Kraken a follow on YouTube, and I sincerely hope to see each and every one of you in the final episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.